Okay, 11:10. My God, I apologize. Michael Venezia, head trader, not the most hardiest trader, but one of the most effective traders. I'll make it up to you. TradeGATEHub, coming for Monday morning. All right, sponsored by Tradeview Markets, TradeGATEHub. I don't mean to go too fast here. Coach, 4 minutes ago, posting. Not only is Coach posting actively and aggressively, he's coming off his Monday morning ExxonMobil. I knew you know what? We have a big thing coming up here. I'm going to cancel everything except this. Okay, is Coach, watch Coach's Monday video, which we've garnered at our red YouTube channel, the YouTube icon. Let's go back to what's going. Thank you, Coach. I started posting early this morning, very early this morning, 5:30. By the way, let me digress. We're getting better at the actual feed. The aesthetics we're working on, probably on the latter half. We're open to suggestions, but even the Squawk Nude feeds, we're going to have my personal Twitter feed curated to where it's your real time, so we can get more real to. Also, the stock area is going to get a lot better with movers and curated more, maybe like 50-day moving average, over the 5-day. That's going to get sexier as it will, as it should be. It's time for some updating to get more active trading. That's what's going on. I digress. Let's go back to the main page. All right. I want to go back to what I posted Sunday night. It is important. I posted because it's more dynamic, goes throughout the week. Good evening. Friday's close was right up here. We stretched to a degree. I want to show my screen in a little bit. Hedge funds, equities exposure. They covered a lot of stocks, a lot of things still ripping. But if you can always click to enlarge, they're still halfway in. You know what I mean? This is what you want to see up here. This is where the market pulls back. See this? Boom. You got to be, especially what's going on now. Now, you know what? It's okay. I'm not saying it. Boom. If you drawing lines, this is it right here. This is it here. Is there some left? Who knows? We'll go to the charts as we say, but for me, it's stock picking, price action, and options. Okay, let me go to the bottom. I implore anybody to go through our some odd 5,300 subscribers and how many, almost thousands of videos now, 1,200 videos. That might even be like more than that, right? To go and I beg anyone to tell me if these following stocks, whatever type of trader you are, active manager, okay, whatever it is, swing trader, long time trader, what are the best ones that have been going on? PG. All right. Of course, leaps still going on here. You want your positions to work, don't micromanage. How about Hood? All right. They shake out a little bit. Now it's actually going to I don't know if this is I don't even know what the drive is. All I know is it's taking some volume. The RSI is not even, what is it? It's 62. You go to the weekly, you can do anything you want, or I don't see many cases to be bearish, if you will. Maybe fundamentals, but who cares? What do fundamentals mean? Does it really mean that Zim should be here? A shipper? When it was, should Children's Place even be an $8 stock? When I was shorted from 26 and it got halted at 38, then it showed 60 to 65, and then it stopped again and showed 100. I said, okay, no problem. I'm just going to some scar tissue. Should that even be $8? I digress again. So getting to the point, which are the top ones? HUT. I implore anybody to go throughout any type of video and tell me that HUT hasn't been taking the most consistent flows for some time out there. Whatever type of trader you are, whatever. How about KRE? Posting KRE, KRE. Is the move. Okay. And you know what, KRE? You have to split the atom. I just brought it to maybe people's attention. That's another financial vehicle to trade. Yeah, the big daddy came in. The big daddy came in today. There's Goldman. There's JP and the boys. There you go. God forbid these things, but JP and the boys. What happens if I don't know, if Apple pulls back or pulls back whatever you want to do. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe Apple keeps going to 250 and JP Morgan pulls back a little bit. Maybe Apple pulls back and JP Morgan goes to 250. Certainly the rotation, and I'm going to tell you, their rotation in mega. I'm not talking just about these mega 7 that are holding things up anymore. It is what it is. Listen, I'm TNA. Here's the Qs. Okay, is a small Russell, which by the way, from what I'm told, has a magnitude 222. So let's look at the IWM. That seemed to be 222, the place where I would start taking some off. I'm told, and I got people for this. And even if they're wrong, just like TradeGATEHub, I hope I'm on the charts. I'll note it. So IWM, all right, that's a clear breakout. Go to the weekly, go to the daily, all right? I'm in fourth. I'm in a Ford to choke Secretariat. Am I going to be wary of this pullback? Maybe to what? 1370? Am I going to flinch? I don't know. I hope this thing keeps going parabolic. I don't know much more how much more it has in it for it. I'm not going to lie. I caught it kind of good. I don't even know how much I have in this thing. Position info. I got only 12,000 left. Like 14, what, 13? You know what I mean? I've been buying it, selling it. You know what I mean? Now it's going to pull back 20 cents. I'll flinch and then I'll be out of it. I'll be buying it cheaper. Then I'll be a loser. It's the whole thing. I'm just kidding. So Ford, this is the weekly. You know, am I going to micromanage this thing for every quarter point? And I'm going to tell you how you do this effectively for a person that trades quote unquote big size. If you're looking at I'm serious. If you're looking at every tick, you have too much on. All right. If I had 2,000 Ford, it'd probably go to 28 and I wouldn't even, you know what I mean? It's relative. I'm making a point. If you're watching every tick, you have too much on. Next, what else are we in? Let's go back to a couple of things on TradeGATEHub. All right, that's been working here. Even JMIA, another one, taking calls. But this is the weekly on JMIA. All right, so maybe it shakes everybody out and pulls back $2. All right, look at the run in this thing. The stock did pop on, by the way, good fundamentals. Apparently, this was not a short squeeze, only a short squeeze. It might look like it. Actually, it does look like maybe it is, but they got it the third time. Not because it's some proverbial 3 tribe. They actually came in with some good numbers. JMIA also been taking calls. The bottom line is what's taking calls now. All right. As coach would say, what are they doing now? You know what they're doing? Right here, baby. Schlumberger, you might have heard of this situation. Oh, hold on. Schlumberger had earnings. They tried to shake and bake. They tried to shake out all the weak people. Not Mike V. We'll see where it closes. Listen, this is a short, medium, and long-term situation. Short term, it had earnings. It's a nice play out of the range. It popped. They shook the people out. It's at the high of the day. Let's see if the rotation, as we say, is proper. Let's see what happens. But ExxonMobil, you have to own it. Don't trade it. PLT, own it. Don't trade it. Lebu, well, let's go to XPI really. Own it. Don't trade it. Now, other stocks been taking calls that I've been guilty of hypocritical of doing. Own it, don't trade Planetaire. This thing's been blowing through. I mean, you know what I mean? The guy that went on the cruise a week ago and has Planetaire, you know, it's set up nicely. He's the same guy that might have got destroyed on something else. Disney, no bounce. Look at that thing. My God. China gave a little bit back. Donnie, as you know, tried to get assassinated. Baidu. It's incredible me saying that, but it is what it is. Baidu. The poorhouse to the penthouse to the poorhouse. Now you're holding in like the middle class here level. It's up to you. Baba. Let's see what level they're at. Baba. I'd say that's on one of the higher floors, holding the 200-day, 50-day, that's lying in the sand. And of these ancillary ones, I'm not in. Look at TME. I think I sold that one. All right, this thing, by the way, you want to see a stock that was like the proverbial aforementioned Hood, Cores, even Square. Damn it, Square. And PayPal shorted this morning. All right, what's it going to do, PayPal, for me? Actually shorted in the morning. I covered it. Made a schnitzel. 60-30. I bought it back. It made 40 cents like the Schoenfeld days. Nice going, Mike. $60 stock. I made 40 cents to risk $2. I don't know if the risk is worth the reward, but PayPal, you get the picture. Maybe it works in the long term, longer term. You finish a couple of things. I know I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'll keep finishing going on the rest of TradeGATEHub. Some more things. Go back. You know what? Look, this is what I'm looking at now. Looking at individual. No, I'll finish. All right. Always click to enlarge, make major economic reports this week. There it is. Earnings this week. Look at this, my God. Oh, so many binary moves. Sexy. Bank of America is another one. Taking calls off the board. I pieced out of it. I only have 10% of my position yet. And look at Bank of America. You want your position. If I was down $2 in it, I'd be watching it and I'd be in it. And I'm up $1.10 and I'm blowing out of it like it's a Google. But Bank of America is still taking calls this week. I'm being facetious, but I never have as much as it should. But down here, I have a lot. Not really, but it's trader reverse psychology. It's coming from it's cheap contra trading humor. AHR, Morgan Stanley, all the banks still going. What's at the end of the week? AXP, Schlumberger. What's hold on a second. There's a situation you're developing. It's a pre-earnings run on Schlumberger. The squeeze in the slug. They're squeeze. It's okay. You know what? I rather them. Slab didn't. I apologize. Schlumberger didn't have news, and from what I understand, with the 28 years, and I got to still believe in something. This is actually one of them. They're running it up into earnings. It is a third day up. It pulled back on third day up. Probably has another leg. I like it. I would rather it be they run it into the news than act in after the news. Believe it or not, even though if the earnings that believe what I'm saying is if it had the news, then the news is out. It would be better for long term, but short term, 2 weeks ago it's in the 43. A lot of it. Let's look at the other guys in the group. All right, let's look at EOG, best of breed, right? And it actually not being EOG. I don't care what it goes. I don't care what it does. How about Fang? That's actually stalled a little bit. Should I be adding to Fang here? The answer to that question is yes, Mike V. And for those that know the MT5 sound, as I sign into it, TNA at the high, that's nice to hear. What happened here? Why can't I sign it? I can't sign into MT5. I can always sign into MT5. Here it is. Hold on. Oh. Trade Mike V. Led to some Fang here. By 200 more Fang. Done. You know what? 3M. Let's do some live trading in 5. How about Minnesota Mining taking a day off? It was up nicely. The mining from Minnesota, the 3M company. We have it. 3M. Always to go higher, Bob, with or without you, as I used to say as a broker. How about this other one, eBay, still taking calls? Also in that group, signing out of MT5. Also in that group of calls that are taking, I'm not saying it looks as sexy as Planetary, is eBay. Still, they're trying to knock it down every day with every single stock down there, and they can. You know what? Actually, I'll get the highlight now. I'm being selfish doing live trading. But if you want to know how to trade on MT5, any of our platforms across the board, I'm the guy. I can buy it. I can fly a Cessna to a stealth bomber. eBay. It's getting the highlighter. eBay calls, volume, price action. This one's coiled. It is. Like Coach says, it's right. Your stop. I hope it's not going to be a binary situation, but this is sexy. I'm not going to lie. Oof, like it. I cannot like it. But, I'm not all in. But this to me on a scale of 1 to 10 is like a 6, 6.5. If it gets over 50, 55, turns into an 8. who knows? God forbid if I watch this position, eBay the weekly, if it ever goes 56 and I micromanage this like a piker like the rest of them. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this into a different account and flush them for the long-term lottos. Even the eBay call should not be a lotto because that's actually what we consider the old days as a pure play. All right, questions as I get out of breath. Go to the YouTube channel. Astro Gumbo, he's on vacation. Actually, what we consider the old days. Mickey D, he's on there. What happened to Ocean Island Trader? All right, we learned a couple of things. All right, it's a TLT, lovely boo. All right, maybe in all due respect, I mean this. I'm still in it. Maybe over position yourself and you kind of flinched a little bit. I don't want to say flinched, it's real money, and I don't mean to minimize, what's on the line here. I know I'm an active guy, and there are active situations that I should give an update on, and some that I shouldn't. For example, some that you should own, don't trade. And I'm not being facetious about some positions a little full of flow that it might go against me where it turned into a position. I'm talking about something like an Exxon, one of those something that has a market cap of, a lot of figures. All right, Mickey, couldn't agree more. Exxon and own stock, buy it, put it right. All right. You want to, I'm not saying to go, I know I made a good 2 to 3 year run living on trading oils. They used to trade like groups, the drillers, SII, OII, rig. We used to be 100. Oh, they would be, everything. Phelps Dodge. Oh, I love them. So, I'm not across the board, and I'm saying jump in. Exxon was the leader. Why? The inside guy, the guy purchased an insider. He's a divvy. We all know why. FANG was holding up the best. All right, the MRO, which isn't moving. I'm actually thinking about piecing out of some of this, for example, but I'm in Marathon. All right, well, God forbid this thing goes. I like the fact that popped on volume. I like the fact that held a gap. I wouldn't like the fact if it went. I know the news. You should disseminate it yourself. You really won't learn how to trade everything. We're also completely baiting the hook for everything. 1127. I'm doing okay. I don't want it to break this gap on the very news it went up, but it's acting very well, and I actually know why. Like I said, do it yourself. So Marathon. This is something that I want to own, and I don't want to trade it either. I'll put this freaking thing away. I'm going to be cognizant if it goes to 25, obviously. But a Marathon. So Schlumberger, everybody knows that was our driller. Halliburton, I had bought on Friday. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. It's a laggard. I get it. I don't know if the squeeze is still in it. I don't want to buy Halliburton just because it has a squeeze left in it. Then if it doesn't have a squeeze in it and they kill it, then there's going to be no squeeze in it because it gave the opportunity to squeeze. Think about that. Devin. All right, I get Devin. You know what I mean? That's another one. Am I buying Devin am I getting psyched? Am I salivating for Devin every time it goes down? I see it red? No. It categorizes as one of the top 5 oils that are in the play category. So I'll move on from the oil dissertation. And I said that because Mickey, my name's Michael too. They call me Mickey. I'm not exactly 6 feet tall. It's no disrespect, but it seems like all Michaels never call each other Michael. They even call him Mike. I never heard another Michael call him Michael. Michael. Call him Mike, Mick, Die. You know what I mean? I never call him a Mike, but that's maybe too much. All right, let's go. School. Oh, here we go. All right, another one. And I implore you. Where are we? DGH. DGH. Please, seriously. I don't have an algorithm. And if I did, I'd give it away to you. You want to know why? Because some of the stocks I'm trading, 12 million. There's plenty of everybody to go in the pool. I'm not the kid that covered up answers in school. I was the kid that, actually I did the opposite. Okay, a couple of things. Look at this. Netflix, Goldman, UAL, Johnny John, AXP, Morgan, the one that let it up and let it. You know when the Morgan was acting well? Listen, they had a major, major scandal. They shrugged it off. It went down that day with volume. Right here. 102. Well, here it is. 91. They could have killed Morgan Stanley. Is basically the beginning of April? There's Morgan Stanley at the 200, the beginning of April. Actually, Goldman, the same thing. Morgan Stanley. I don't know. All I know is KRE, as I posted here. IWM chart, bank stocks, best setups, fear, greed. I don't know. Over the last 25 years, the Qs has outperformed 73% of the time. Yeah, tech summer. Not interested in that stat. I did post it. Certainly acting that way. 10-year for anybody with cocktail bond napkin traders. You're at the track, you're heading up to Saratoga, and you're on a private plane. You say, have you really looked at the action in the 10 and the 2-year? Believe me, let's start a hell of a conversation. Dollar. Marco, still bullish. This is my last point until I take some questions again, okay? Is there a couple more? And you should have went through it by now. For example, financial conditions, liquidity, insider ownership, the NASI spreading, the breadth spreading out, and yes, many eyes on the KRE is this. Okay. Top performing industry groups year to date. Okay. Leading industry groups compute. Okay. If you do not know what are the top 5, the top 10, or at least the top 5 stocks in each respective group here of the hottest or top leading industry groups, I don't mean to scare you, or I don't mean to be dramatic. And by the way, this is very simple. I could bring up another thing that will probably scare you worse. You are going to a gunfight with a knife. That's simple. Because this is everything basically here. What happened? Share. Boom, we got action. Intel, SMR, Carvana. Okay. What's so? A couple of trades. What's so hard about this? Doesn't mean you have to trade 800 or 800 Carvana. What's hard about this? Carvana's breaking high smoothly. There are a size 69. What happens if there's a meltdown? AFRM, I posted calls this morning. And you know what? That's still resistance. That's following square. They're buying the dogs. Square. There's PayPal, like I brought before. Complete bifurcation in a similar sector. Oh God, I'm serious about that too. You don't know what's going on there. You gotta. I mean, that's what's moving. You know what I mean? If you're shark fishing and you're going and you're fishing in a lake, you know you're in the wrong area. Chevron, Schlumberger. How you doing, Schlumberger? Here's the volume. Oh, you look at this. All right, I don't know if it goes to 50. I don't know if it pulls back. But it's price action is when it's going with the market. Why have any little floaters that are popping? Meta, BTD, we all knew it was going to 100. Oh, I know what I have. BTB, TTD. Let's look at the big ones. Meta. All right, you know, what's been happening is these things rest and they wind up popping. Amazon. All right, I love the fact that I hope Amazon goes to 180 because you know what that means? This goes to freaking 50. I'm fine with it. I can, I got to, I'm I'm not a one-trick pony. Shouldn't be. I don't know why I'm apologizing, why I even would be. CYN, low floater going all day long. There you go. Something to do. You don't care where the VIX is, don't care where Microsoft is, the rotation of Mega, don't care where Schlumberger, it's fine. Join this thing. 5, already doubled today. 5 to 10, now it looks like it's really breaking out. It's hot, it has the move in it. It's already traded 9 million shares. All right. As opposed to, let's say, Roku, which is traded 1 million. How about Roblox? 1 million. Let's go to something sexy that we always knew. Mining is trading 2 million shares, but the CYN has traded 9 million. It's got all the volume from the pre-mentioned going forward. How about this one, ASTS? They shook me out. Oh, yes, I'm long still. Look at this thing, ASTS. What happens if this thing explodes or has news? Let's look at the weekly. That's not the sexiest thing to me now. The weekly is way extended to 85. Scratch that. But you know what? GLW was way extended to the weekly as well. I looked. And I short in a similar fashion. I was going to fade GLW. Then I saw the weekly I saw the daily. The weekly was 82. Then the daily is even. Well, I went, you know what I mean? What are you going to make? $2? You're probably going to make a hard dollar. It's just not even worth it. I used to like to trade these things. I need a print. I need a volume print. This is what I need. See this print this is it. On a strong stock in an uptrend, what you want is people to have a short-term flush out. This was the volume print to buy. I'm looking for that on the other side. That's the wrong way to look at it. But I look at everything both ways. Intel coming back like a gentleman is what it is. Longer the base, higher the space, long as you know what the thing is. 70 in it, maybe it goes to 35, maybe it goes to freaking 40. Not in it. CELH, another one. That's self-explanatory. Not even I would try that thing. Now, obviously, Trump was trying to be assassinated again over the weekend. It hit the solar stocks. Now, it's a little bit after 11:30 a.m. and I haven't really had time I know it's moving mechanically. I haven't really had time, and I have to disseminate what's going on, even from a macro level. Which solar stock is actually getting hit the most? I have to remember this. What about if something happens on the antithesis and they pop the other way? So as I go to my main screen here, what I'm going to be doing is I get off the marathon oil. Yes, it should be going up. Look at EOG. What a Devon Energy breaking high. Devon Energy's up $1.60. It always happens. There's Devon. We got the oil situation happening right in front of our eyes here. You know what I actually like? Let's look at MUR, Murphy Oil. It's got to move in it. Murphy extended. Actually, who knows? I don't know. Do I micromanage it? Let's go to the sexy ones. Rigatoni. Could have been someone. I had it down there. I think at 518. Who cares? Bottom line is let's look at the leaders and follow them. Exxon, you want to call a leader? I don't know. Still on the channel. Chevron, you're calling a leader. It's arguable. PXD was a leader. I haven't looked at that in a little bit. Okay. And Fang. Oils. I already did my oil dissipation. It's Fang. It's Fang. It's Fang. Oxy. What's Warren doing in Oxy? Top. Devin. I owe all scanners for this, and you should have basic scanners at the very least for these two. So I digress. CPRX. This one was all over the board. I saw it. Option flow. CPRX option flow, range volume coming across the Mike V personal scanners. I'm not in it. Doesn't mean it's work. I'm not sure. This is the line. You know what to do. Even the earliest of technicians can see what's going on here. It does have option flow. I like anything you see on the top left that has pharmaceuticals in it. If it has pharmaceuticals in it, or biochemistry, or China, I'm in it. Look at the market. Here it is. Let's look macro now. There's TNA. There's the daily. There's IWM daily. Listen, hold on. It's IWM. There's Washington Mutual, by the way. What Waste Management? Washington Mutual. IWM daily. All right. So if you're going to try to fade something, start small. The 1,000 things right here. Things, cores. I'm in that. Iron coming down. Carvana. Reddit. You wanted things to work, coach, right? We've been on this Reddit. They had the dipper, the 68. Now it was 77 this morning. Sitting. Coil. Wolf can't even go. I'm in that, of course. Chewy, Brothers, GameStop. Donnie was hot today. Planeteer. Oh, here are the solars right here today. I talked about the solars. I started this off. I'm trying to get up track. I'll leave it here. What's the worst solar? FSLR. Look at this thing. You take a Viking cruise to Lake Germany and you say, honey, I'm telling you, I'm really happy about how things are going. And this is June, top left, June 12th. You come back, you say, I'm going to look at the portfolio only once a month for now. You come back a month later, it's down like 35%. And you say, you know what? I like this solar sector. At NXT, I did try EMPH because that had been the stronger one with calls. But as EMPH, oh, I'll show you where I put EMPH. I have the advanced trade, EMPH. That's where I was buying it. Okay. This is my 15-minute chart. You'll be happy for me on EMPH. I've been trading the sector lately. For example, I've been mind boggled about the short squeeze. It is a short squeeze and run. Still has a floor to it, like I said on Thursday or Friday. A lot of these things still have floor. It's not over. Just a nice move from 17 to 14. So I watch these things. EMPH, number one in calls, proverbial breast to breed. So this is the 15-minute chart. Start buying around the gap, 110, 111. I sold it nicely, 115. I made it like 4 or 5,000 in it. I think I'm gonna have some. No, I don't. But I sold it at 113.20, 113.18. 113.18 was my last 800 right there. Went to 113.70. Could it go to 115? Yeah. Was the risk worth the reward buying it? I don't know. It has a 200-day ceiling to it. If I'm going overboard, I'll move it. Oh, 1141. Oh, they're gonna pull me. They're all mad at me. All right. Do I have any other questions? Because I'll go here. Get to know those top sector ones. That was the beginning of my point. I'm not being dramatic. I'm trying to what does it say? I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you. Okay. I mean, this is what we do. I mean, if you're driving unless you have a pit crew, if you're driving a Bugatti, which is the Tradeview markets order entry system, know the parts of your car. Cheers, Mike V. Sorry if I went overboard. I'll do better the last time. I'll be in here.